The United States has very diverse meteorological conditions. Some areas are hot, some are cold, some are wet, and some are dry. With that being said, the US sees lots of extreme weather. But which states are the worst for it? Let's find out the top 10 states with the most extreme weather. Being a physically large country, the United States has diverse weather conditions, some of which are extreme. Some states are vulnerable to tornadoes and supercell thunderstorms. One area is Tornado Alley, a geographical area located from the Dakotas to Texas. This area has a lot of spring and fall instability because it's relatively flat, and cold air masses from the Arctic meet up with humid air masses from the Gulf of Mexico, destabilizing the weather. Recently, Tornado Alley has moved further east, into states of the southeast. But these states also have another threat: hurricanes. Some western states have lots of dry weather, which increases wildfire risk. This is especially concerning in highly populated urbanized areas where homes are at risk. Flooding is also an indirect effect of hurricanes and large rainstorms, so some states are quite prone to that as well. In this video, we are going to list the top 10 most dangerous states for weather-related events. This list takes many variables into consideration, including location, physical size, and the overall number of severe weather-related events. Let's dive into the list. But before we start, be sure to subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home. Let's get started. Number 10 on the list is California. Although California does have good weather throughout the year, we're talking about extreme weather and not just general weather. Because of its size, California has a range of extreme weather events that occur. First, wildfires are a huge risk, especially during the late summer and autumn when California is in its dry season. In recent years, there were a series of catastrophic wildfires that affected urban areas, including the 2017 Santa Rosa fire and the 2018 Camp Fire, which was one of California's deadliest and most destructive wildfires. Each year, fires are becoming more common, likely because of a mixture of factors such as climate change and more urbanization into rural areas. Besides fires, California sometimes experiences flash flooding during the winter wet season. This leads to other geological disasters such as mudslides and rock slides. Although California may only see a few types of meteorological and natural disasters, the ones they usually see are costly and destructive, which is why the state makes a top 10 list. Number 9 on the list is North Carolina. While North Carolina's population is growing as a state, it's vulnerable to many weather-related risks. For one, its coastal location puts it at great risk for direct hurricane strikes. Many hurricanes have hit the state, including 1999's Hurricane Floyd, 2016's Hurricane Matthew, and 2018's Hurricane Florence. A weather station in coastal North Carolina from Hurricane Florence recorded nearly 34 inches of rain, enhancing flooding. In addition to hurricanes, North Carolina is more at risk from supercell thunderstorms and tornadoes. And the summertime heat and humidity add fuel to the fire. One positive note is that winters in North Carolina are tame and mild. Number 8 on our list is North Carolina's sister state, South Carolina. Similarly, South Carolina is prone to hurricanes, and some of them are destructive. Urbanized coastal cities such as Charleston are exceptionally susceptible to storm surge and flooding. And during the warmer months, South Carolina gets its fair share of severe supercell thunderstorms along with tornadoes. At least winters are mild and usually snowless. Next up at number 7 is the Midwestern state of Kansas. Kansas is centralized within Tornado Alley. During the changing seasons of fall and spring, the state experiences many tornadoes, some of which reach higher than EF3 in the enhanced Fujita scale. In addition, Kansas may see flooding rains in the warmer months if there is a surge of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, or if remnants of hurricanes go that way. Although winter is milder than in northern states, Kansas is prone to snow and ice storms. Number 6 on the list is the state of Florida. Since Florida is one of the southernmost continental states, hurricanes are a major risk for the state. Many Category 3 plus hurricanes have affected Florida in the last century, including Hurricane Andrew in 1992, the 1935 Labor Day hurricane, and Hurricane Charley in 2004. Even though Florida isn't in Tornado Alley, it still may receive tornadoes during the year, especially the panhandle of the state. Deadly and costly hurricanes are the reason why Florida places 6th. Next up, at number 5, is Missouri. Missouri is sort of in a transitional area between the drier Midwest and the humid South. This is why the state sees severe weather. Some of the severe weather Missouri experiences include supercell thunderstorms and tornadoes and flooding rains. The 2011 Joplin, Missouri tornado was one of the worst tornadoes in the state's history. On the eastern side of the state is the Mississippi River, which is prone to flooding. So cities such as St. Louis may see major floods from time to time. And Missouri's inland continental location makes it vulnerable to extreme temperature fluctuations. Number 4 on our list is Mississippi. The southern state of Mississippi has a lot of extreme weather vulnerabilities. For one, it's coastal, which makes it extremely prone to hurricanes, some of which are very strong. Storm surge from hurricanes is destructive and deadly. Inland, supercell thunderstorms and tornadoes happen every year, some of which are powerful. Another human geographical factor is poverty. Mississippi is one of the poorest states in the U.S. Unfortunately, natural disasters are worse for people who are impoverished. We have made it to the top 3 states which experience the most extreme weather. If you enjoy geography and earth science related content, this is a channel to watch. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home. Now on to the top 3. Rounding out the top 3 states is Oklahoma. Because of its interior continental location, Oklahoma sees both Arctic and tropical air masses gliding over the state. That's a recipe that leads to extreme instability, which makes tornadoes and supercell thunderstorms extremely common. In fact, 4 out of the 5 most powerful tornadoes have occurred in Oklahoma. The 2013 Moore, Oklahoma tornado, an EF5 tornado, killed over 20 people and caused $2 billion in damage. Besides tornadoes, Oklahoma has very erratic temperature fluctuations. In the winter, this could put the state at risk for severe ice storms. Second on the list is Mississippi's neighbor, Louisiana. Similarly to Mississippi, Louisiana is a Gulf Coast state, which makes it highly prone to powerful hurricanes. Hurricane Katrina created a nearly 30-foot storm surge in the New Orleans area and breached the levee, sending gushing waters into the areas of the city below sea level. This led to nearly 2,000 people losing their lives, and the storm was estimated to cost $150 billion. Besides hurricane risk, Louisiana experiences flooding and supercell thunderstorm tornado risk, especially during the warmer months. Finally, the number 1 state on the list with the most extreme weather is the second largest state of Texas. The size of Texas is why it's number 1. Texas has very diverse climatic zones from west to east. In the west, the state has an arid to semi-arid climate, while in the east and southeast, it has a humid subtropical climate. Western areas of Texas sometimes see prolonged droughts, which can enhance fire risk. Towards the Gulf Coast, hurricanes are a risk, and some of them bring torrential rains. For example, Houston, the 4th largest city in the U.S., received nearly 40 inches of rain from Tropical Storm Allison in 2001, and more recently, Hurricane Harvey dumped between 50 and 60 inches of rain on the city. Another thing about Texas is that it's also within Tornado Alley, so many parts of the state closer to Oklahoma see tornadoes, some powerful every year. And lastly, let's not forget about the hot and humid summers. This past summer, Texas saw one of their hottest summers, with some heat indexes in certain cities reaching 120 degrees. This wraps up the list of the top 10 states with the most extreme weather conditions. If you would like to leave your input on a state you think should be on the list, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoy geography and earth science content, please subscribe to my channel, Our World, Our Planet, Our Home. Until next time!